Hi guys, it's Dr. Richard Mills. Today's discussion, what I want to talk about, and I think it's really important, is when you're selecting a therapist. Sometimes it's very, very challenging when you're trying to find a therapist. Trying to find the right fit, do they have the right availability and the right time? And these things can be really challenging for the individual. A lot of times, as I tell my clients, therapy isn't about fixing the issue. A lot of times people will say, I have anxiety, I have stress, I have all these different things that are really having an impact on them as they're trying to make change in their life. My goal and the way that I approach therapy is to help us understand our relationship to whatever it is. So whether it be addiction, whether it be anxiety, stress, depression. And if you can understand that relationship, you understand that we're not trying to make it go away. We're trying to help the individual to see how they understand the relationship with it. Now, I'm not saying people should quit taking medication or they should go on medication, because oftentimes they believe that pharmaceutical intervention, pharmacological interventions can be very helpful in helping individuals when they're trying to overcome things like stress, anxiety, depression. But one of the things that I found when I work with my clients, and one of the things that I will say to them is that this office, well, it is my office, it is their space. And so the important piece is when you're working through the issue, sometimes things will come out that don't feel necessarily good, and it can feel really challenging. And people will oftentimes what I have to remind my patients is sometimes it gets worse before it gets better. And really, I think the effectiveness of therapy is helping the individual understand they have the power. When we feel our anxiety, when we feel the depression, when we feel the stress, one of the things that's really important is we have to really go through and kind of look at how can we change this barrier that we have, and change it into something that we can use to our advantage. Anxiety, for example. Anxiety can be horrible. We can feel that. It can make us feel panicked. And so one of the things is we're told that anxiety is this bad thing, but it can actually, if we learn to use it, and something that I do with the clients that I'm working with is to use the anxiety, understand first, one, the relationship, and two, to really get into the process of looking, how can I use this to my advantage? If we look at creative types, one of the things that we'll notice is that a creative type will often say, I'm able to get into songwriting when I'm feeling kind of sad or I'm feeling depressed. It's really about activating those emotions. But how do we activate them and bring them up when we need them? And the process that we can use together, and one of the approaches that I use, and a lot of people throw around like mindfulness as a way to really understand, like it's a big buzzword in the therapeutic community. But one of the things is to understand what am I feeling in my body? What's the experience? And so together, what I do with my clients is to help them to understand that relationship and to move forward. Also understanding that therapy is not about fixing, it's about understanding how does this relate to the bigger picture in my life? And also, how do we prepare for things like depression, things like anxiety? So it's an exciting time. So I encourage you, if you have any questions, feel free to go to my website, which I'm going to put at the bottom of this video. And you can look at kind of how my approach to therapy, but also looking at what you can do to really kind of build up that understanding of what it is when you're looking for a therapist. Because it can be very challenging. And I hear a lot of clients, and sometimes it's not the right fit, and sometimes it is the right fit. And when you find a therapist that is the right fit, it can really help you to make those changes and encourage you. It's all about changing the way that we think about things. So, all right, well, you guys have a good day, and I'll talk to you later, okay? Bye.